is Ostuni. Welcome back to another episode of Warframe. What's my loadout? So, in case you guys have noticed something up in the upper left-hand corner, I know the directions are confusing with my webcam and everything set up, but in the upper left-hand corner, I actually have a loadout spot for Octavia.
A new alert has begun.
Space Mom, why you always do this in the beginning of episodes? Shoot. Well, you better be lucky your voice actress is really, really pretty. It's, hi, Rebecca, yeah. You guys may have noticed that I actually have the slot named Octavia. That's because I actually have an other spot, which means, by extension, I am now Mastery Rank 20! Yeah, I actually did it a little bit before this episode, a little bit before recording this episode. Don't worry guys, the Mastery test, rate 19 to 20 isn't that bad. Just remember that you can actually go a lot faster if you hold down Sprint. And I think actually, ironically, there's another button, like depending on how you got it mapped out, that'll make you go even faster. You just have to figure out exactly which button it is for your setup. But that's pretty much the key to it. You don't have to fly through every single freaking thing. But enough about that, let's get to Octavia. Now, Octavia is going to be a little bit different because I actually have to show you another aspect about her. And I'm going to see how I actually can do that. Let's see. Appearance. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is not necessarily fashion frame, but it's actually the Mandicord. And for those of you who are new to the concept of Octavia, Octavia is a Warframe where you can actually make a song. She is a music-themed Warframe, and depending on what kind of song you actually make, her powers can kind of fluctuate with like how they're basically used. And I'm going to show you what song I actually have. So, let's take a listen. Okay, and some of you guys may actually recognize that that is actually one of the parts of the One Punch Man theme song. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you guys how to actually get this as authentic sounding as possible. So, you're going to want to purchase the Druk Instruments pack, which I believe is less than 100 plat for the entire thing. And I'll show you guys how I actually have done it. So, here's the thing. Here's section 1 to 2. I'm going to give each little section a little bit of time. Let's see. And I'm trying to remember exactly how I moved this. Oh, nope. Okay, I gotta figure this out. I could do it. I believe in myself. Can I? Oh. Wait. Well, maybe. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna go from 1 to 2. We're gonna give that a couple of seconds so that you guys can kind of pause this video whenever you need to actually figure out what it is. Alright, so now we're gonna go from 3 to the end of to the beginning of 4, so you guys can get a good look at that. And now we're gonna go. Oh, come on. Okay, we're gonna go to 4 and then all the way back to 1, so you guys can kind of see that. I'm gonna give it one more spin around so you guys can get a nice little look at that. And that is pretty much how you do that. If you guys are interested in actually making that particular song. I actually got it from another YouTuber online, but it was kind of hard to follow along, so I wanted to give you guys ample amounts of time to actually pause the video if you guys wanted to recreate it, because you can save multiple songs and load them up at will. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty cool little thing, and I hope that more instrument packs come around at some point. I'm not sure like how often they would be. I guess it kind of depends on how popular Octavia is in general. But I'm going to go over Fashion Frame now. So, Fashion Frame, we got the Cadenza helmet. I decided that I would go with this rather than the other helmet just because it goes a little bit better with my color scheme, I think anyways. So yeah, that's just kind of why I picked it. It's the alternate helmet. So yeah. As far as attachments go, pretty simple stuff. I have the Porta shoulders and legs. The only thing that's different is the Katir chest piece, and as it kind of sounds, you actually get that from Katir. New players, Katir is a merchant that appears at various relays across the system about every 2 weeks, and he brings certain items with him, some of which are actually accessories and attachments and everything like that. So if you guys want to get some Fashion Frame game on for free, you can do that as long as you actually farm up his currency, which that is a completely different kind of episode, and I'm not even sure if I really want to go that far into a episode for that. But next is the Syndana. This is the Skiathan. I'm not sure if I'm really pronouncing that. Syndana. It is from Tenogen. It is a jetpack themed Syndana, and it just looks like it should be there because the lining right here with the purple and everything, it kind of complements the lining that's actually on Octavia, so I like it. I think it goes very well with her. I do wish that like she had more actual like straight metallic pieces to her so that this part could actually be gold and not just like yellowish. But hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Okay, so her weapon configuration is pretty simple, and this is actually kind of ironic because her weapons have more metallic pieces than she does, in my opinion. But enough about that. This is the Tenora. Now, the Tenora is a very interesting weapon because it can be modded in a great many ways, because it is a weapon where you can actually get a decent critical chance on it, and you can actually get a decent status chance on it. I've decided to go the route of status chance for what I have. I could actually probably continue to mod, like I could form this once, or maybe twice. No, I could at least get I'll show you guys real quick. I'll get force off. So with this on there, oh, okay, so that's interesting. Here's the thing. The alternate fire is a charge singular shot. And with that charge singular shot, if you want to build for that, you can actually get to an 82.5% crit chance, which is pretty solid for a rifle specifically. Like, most rifles don't really get to that point, I've seen. And then another thing is you actually get a solid 62.5 for the regular full auto fire, which is still pretty impressive. But for right now, I'm going to put back on my status chance, and this is actually with all 4 of these mods on there, I get to about 74.2% status chance for the auto fire, which is pretty decent, and it sinks down a little bit whenever you actually go into the charge one, but that's okay because, like I said, you compensate that for your bigger critical chance in that mode. So pretty much mod it however you want. It's going to be good. If you can get a Riven for this, you can probably take it up to where it's perfect for either build. Like, this is right in the middle for both builds, like if you want to use the alternate fire or the primary fire. Note though that I think the charge fire actually takes more of your magazine per shot. I think it's about 3 to 4 shots, maybe 5. But let me see, what's the magazine for this? Yeah, 5 would make sense. You'd still get about 15 shots charged, which is pretty good for a weapon that would crit anyway, pretty highly. Let's see. But next is the Pandero. This is a kind of fun weapon. Again, it's a weapon that does pretty good in both categories, because we're at a 75.9% critical chance. Space Bob! Shush! But with Prime Pistol Gambit, 8 out of 10, we get to a 75.9% critical chance, and it actually doesn't change any with the charge shot. I didn't know that this actually has a charge shot, so that's kind of interesting to know. And this is kind of interesting too, is that the status and crit chance for semi-auto and charge shot do not decrease. They do not. And actually neither does their actual damage, so I'm guessing it's just dependent on what you want to do, really. I'm not sure what the difference would really be. Oh well, but let's see. I'll show you my build that I got here, though. I got the Hornet Strike, Barrel Diffusion, Lethal Turret, that Prime Pistol Gambit that I mentioned, 8 out of 10. And then I have 2 of the dual stat elemental mods for the pistol. I'm going to get more on there, and it'll probably go above 80%. I don't think we're going to hit 100% critical chance on this, but it's going to be like low to mid 90s, I'm going to say. That's my estimate for that. Anyway, I've used it a little bit. I just learned that it actually has a charge shot, so I'm interested in seeing how that plays out and seeing if there's a big difference. But the last weapon is the Glaive Prime. This one, I have to admit, I actually chose kind of sporadically, if you will, because I was actually using this to get from Mastery rank 18 to 19, in case you guys remember that nightmare, those of you who have actually done that. I used this to kind of have at least somewhat of a projectile during that mission, and you guys can just disregard something that you may have heard in the audio, but whatever. So, cool thing is that we actually have, let's see here, charge throw, let's see, status. Okay, so we have, okay, so crit chance doesn't really go too far up or too far down, no matter what. Status chance is the same either, or isn't really the, or is the same. So actually, okay, I think I know what I did. Okay, so let me do this, and I'm doing this on the fly. Sorry guys, I'm so bad at this, oh my god. So I'm going to do that, gonna put that back on, gonna put that back on, and I'm going to put that back on. Whoa, okay, so now we're getting to something a little bit more interesting. So now we have 100% status chance, which is pretty nice, being able to cause a stat to happen, or a status effect to happen every single time. To be honest though, I'm actually going to get rid of primed reach. I know, oh my god, you're getting rid of reach on a weapon that has reach? What's wrong with you? Well, because I have 100% status chance, that is a perfect opportunity for me to take advantage of Condition Overload. And Condition Overload, in case you guys don't know, is a really awesome mod where you get 60% melee damage for each status type affecting the target. Now here's the thing, is that this is guaranteed to proc some status, no matter what it may be. But also, if you're comboing up with people that actually use a lot of status builds too, those actually count towards the bonus. So the status bonuses, or the status effects that you cause in addition to your friends cause, will actually cause even more damage from this to possibly appear. So it is worth putting it on almost to anything really, but especially on weapons that you have that have a high status chance. But yeah, I'm actually gonna I'll just be right back, guys. I gotta take care of something real quick, and then right after that I will take us into a mission. Alright guys, I'm back, and I just realized right before I was about to go into my mission that I didn't even show you guys what kind of layout I have for Octavia. So here's what I've got on her right now. Nothing really special or anything like that. I have Energy Siphon, Redirection, Vitality, Intensify, Stretch, Prime Flow, Streamline, and this is the important one, Continuity, because for most of her abilities to last, like to be like time-based, like to actually have like a bit of a lifespan that's basically based on time, like her abilities don't really last that long, and you need to get as much as you can out of, like, the time limit that you actually have. Like, I'm actually thinking, let's see. Let's see, 36, 45, let's see. You know what? Yeah, I still get a little bit more, I still get some more range, and I'll probably actually replace narrow-minded with, continuity, or prime continuity, I should say. Geez, Space Mom, I try to fucking honor these people. But yeah, I'm probably going to, wind up splurging a little bit and actually getting, primed continuity here pretty soon, because, I don't know if you guys were able to pick up on this. I am actually getting the full-blown Hydroid Prime access, so I will be covering all of its content, especially the soon-to-come What's My Loadout episode for Hydroid, because I haven't done an official one, and I want to do it with Hydroid Prime. Hydroid's been my main for a while, so that's going to be really exciting for me. I'm really going to enjoy it. But I'm going to actually take us into, let's see, where is that one, sir? Where's that one defense mission? I just was doing it, like, the other day. It's not that one. It's not 15. Capture. Luxemoka. I bet it's this one. Yep, that's the one. Okay. Oh, and I actually already had it on solo queue, so that's good. But yeah, the thing about Octavia is, I'm gonna be honest, I think that she is, she's good for a defense mission. And that's about it. Like that and a...
Defend the cargo until
what's going on?
Arrive.
For some reason, I cannot move. Oh, okay. That's weird. Alright. Well, let's get into it. Alright. Yeah, defense and interceptions are going to be her strong suit. Her playstyle does not really condone, like, a mobile mission, and you'll kind of see why. So we're going to go ahead and basically what you want to do is you want to combine all of her abilities together to get the max amount of them. So let's get this song a-playing! Oh. Alright, so now let's see if we can kind of showcase a little bit of weapon stuff. Let's see what the charge fire on this baby is. So it's kind of cool, you, if you're on a controller, you click down once on the controller, and you will actually, it'll actually charge up the shot for you. You don't have to keep your hand on the stick if you're on a controller, which is pretty nice. But the weapon is pretty simple in concept. If you guys have ever used a Gorgon before, it's very similar to that, and if you guys have it, think of a machine gun that you kind of have to rev up a little bit before it gets into its full rate of fire. That's pretty much how that weapon works. Now, this is actually interesting because I've never done this before. This is new to the game. You can actually have your melee, a one-handed melee, and a one-handed pistol or something like that going at the same time. So this is my first time really experiencing that. But as you can see, this is a pretty good pistol. Pretty much one-shotting a lot of the stuff in here. But I'm curious, what is the charge shot? Ooh, okay, so it's the first shot. Whoa. It has a lot of recoil to it, though. I don't know if I like that. I think I might actually stick to the single shot. For some reason, I think that works a little bit better. Now that we got some more energy, let's pop all of our abilities. Let's do it. There we go. So as you can see, the fourth ability is actually going to get damage enemies that are too close. But pretty much, I can't really rightfully describe to you how all the abilities work in tandem. Just that you pretty much want to cast them all at once, is probably the best thing I can say. There we go. Alright, so let's see. Let's go ahead and get to the glaive. So let's see what we can do. Oh, jeez. I'm a little out of control with this. So in case you guys are wondering, this is actually the, I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, Astral Twilight, as far as the stance goes. This is the glaive stance you want, and that most people will swear by. And I'm not really sure if there's actually another glaive stance or not. Let me know if there is one in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that this is the only one. I just became invisible somehow. What happened? I guess that was one of the perks that I have of the song. Like, there's a lot of random little perks that you can give yourself as far as playing with Octavia. I could go into detail about it, but that would take me a lot of time, and I would actually have to just go straight off of the Wikia page, because I haven't figured it out myself yet. But as you can see up there, I have tons and tons and tons of little buffs that are going on right now. It's kind of cool. Let's see. There we go. No one can stop me. One punch, that's it. I always win. Alright. Fun stuff though. Like, she is a more fun Warframe to actually do a defense mission with. I will say that. Just because of her song, whatever you decide to put it as, playing in the background. Let's get some energy recovery. I know I should have probably used this whenever there was a lot of enemies, but I think it'll be good just to have that innate energy recovery whenever this is over. So let's go ahead and get it. There we go. Watch that energy just keep on going up. There we go. I think that Narrow-Minded actually did do a pretty good bit as far as for duration goes. Like I said, I will actually be shooting for a prime continuity to kind of go with this. And I think that will actually even out to being pretty much what Narrow-Minded is without the range reduction. So I think that'll be better overall. Let's go ahead and shred you up. There we go. But Octavia is a really fun frame. She is a nice alternative, an offensive alternative, mind you, to frames like, let's say, I was gonna say, like, she could sync up, like, well, she's not a substitute per se, but she could sync up really well with other defensive themed warframes, like Frost in particular. Imagine having all those things going around, even whenever someone actually is able to get into it, or if you have your ability range up high enough, be able to actually hit anything that even comes close to the snow globe, and then anything that actually gets into the snow globe would once again be frozen or slowed down whenever it enters. So I think she actually fits the role really well as a defender. As far as anything else, I don't really see it. Like, maybe her 1 and 2 together would be kind of decent, but I just don't see her being outside of a defensive role. But that's going to be it for this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to know when the next episode is coming out. Hydroid Prime Access is right around the corner. I'm excited for that. And especially excited for doing the Hydroid episode for you guys, because Hydroid's my favorite. And for the next episode, I'm going to go a little bit off the cuff, because we are now on the other slot, technically. So this is pretty much anything that I can remember, everything that goes to it. So for the next one, let's see, who do I actually want to do? You know what? I think I will go with, that's actually a tough one. You know what, I think I got it. We'll go with Valkyrie Prime. That's what we'll do. We'll go with Valkyrie. So, yeah, Valkyrie will be in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. And question of the day. Is there a Warframe that you like to use outside of its traditional role? Like, a lot of people would, like I said, associate Octavia with more of a defensive Warframe, much more well suited for a interception or a defense mission. But honestly, like, you can take any frame you really want and you can be successful at anything. So is there any Warframe that really should, like, according to the mass player base, be used as a particular type of frame, but you take into everything and have success with it? So I'm actually kind of interested to hear a little bit about that. I know that only half of, like, actually playing a Warframe is the abilities, like stats of the Warframe, like shields, armor, and stuff like that can actually help you kind of justify using it outside of its regular accustomed settings. And of course, weapons. A lot of people seem to forget that you could strap weapons to Warframes, and it doesn't even matter which Warframe you strap them to. Like, they're gonna get through just whatever through whatever they need to, as long as they have some good weapons attached to them. But what's you guys' opinion on that? Have you guys used Warframes that are more suited to specific playstyles and use them in other playstyles with great success? Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Ostuni signing off. Yeah!